This is the fight between Islandboy and myself. I've been out of commission for 3 weeks. That's why you haven't seen any videos from me, whether you know it or not. This is my 4th battle after I've been back. He starts off with Fortress. I start off with Ambipom. Now, not wanting to waste time, I send in Salamence to try to kill it, and he uses Stealth Rock. I use Flamethrower, and he must have predicted it or something because he sent out Garchomp, and Garchomp took the Flamethrower. I pulled back Salamence, and I sent out Togekiss, and he used Swords Dance to try to set up on me. I air slashed him, and it killed his Garchomp. So I just sent Garchomp on his merry little way with 1 hit. It's kind of funny once you think about it. Anyways, he sent back out Fortress. Don't ask me why, but he sent back out Fortress or whatever. I guess he's trying to set up something on me. He used Gyro Ball, which I didn't really expect, and I hit him with an air slash, and it took out more than half his health. He pulls back his Fortress, and he sends out his Blissey, which is what he should have did in the first place. Blissey takes the air slash, and I pull back my little Togekiss guy, and I send out my Gengar. He uses Ice Beam, and I can see that his Blissey's got really low special attack because it didn't do anything to my Gengar. I'm trying to get all his walls out of the way. So I used Explosion, and much to my dismay, his Blissey survived with like critical health. Seriously, it was to my dismay. That sucked. I was like, what the fuck? I sent back all my Togekiss, and I figured that I could hit him with Aura Sphere because that would do enough damage because Air Slash might not. So I shot an Aura Sphere, and he switched into Electivire. The Aura Sphere hit Electivire, and it didn't do as much damage as I would have liked, so I used Aura Sphere again, since, you know, my Togekiss is scarfed or whatever. He used Ice Punch and took my little guy out. Oh, man. I sent back all my Apom so he could get in a little action, and he probably predicted a fake out, which is why he sent out Dusknoir, but I used Double Hit, and it didn't affect Dusknoir anyway, so I used U-Turn so I could do some damage before I switched into something else, and I switched out my Salamence because, you know, Dusknoirs usually use like physical attacks or whatever because of punches. Anyways, I'm trying to gauge how much damage he's going to do, so I used Flamethrower, and it did more than a quarter of his health, which means the special defense wasn't that high. I used Draco Meteor, hoping to kill it, but it didn't, and he used Pain Split to regain some HP. Also, he got his leftovers. Now, I used Draco Meteor again, even though my special attack had been lowered by 2 stages, which is now 4. And he used Thunder Punch, and it didn't really do much damage, most likely because of the Intimidate. So I hit him with a physical attack, hoping to kill him, but it didn't, which is another thing that was much to my dismay. He Will-O-Wisp, which was actually kind of pointless, I guess, if you would say. And I just killed him with a Flamethrower. Got hurt by the burn. He sends out his Breloom. I got a worthless Salamence, so I'm going to switch into something a little more appropriate for the situation, which was my Typhlosion. He Mach Punched and did some damage to me, which is a lot more than I would have expected, but he did it. He got his Poison on and withdrew his Breloom. Now, I don't know what he was expecting from Typhlosion, but he switched in Blissey, and she got killed. He sent in Electivire, and I pulled back my Typhlosion, so my Typhlosion went down. I sent back out Salamence for Death Fodder. Now I'll switch back into something a little more appropriate for the situation, which was Ambipom. Now, I don't know why I did this, but I used Fake Out just to try to kill him off. I knew he had Fortress still, but I was just trying to get rid of Electivire. I had a one-track mind at that point. He sent back out Fortress, which is what he should have did in the first place before he sent out Electivire. Or he should have pulled back Electivire and sent out Fortress. I used U-Turn to get in some damage and to set up for his Breloom. Sent in my Clefable and got my Flame Orb. And since, you know Clefable's effect, or her ability, or whatever you want to call it, So I got my burn, did a thunderbolt, and he sent out breathing. I don't know why he didn't sub up or something like that. Maybe because he knew it. Well, maybe because he thought his breathing was slower than my Clefable. So he used Mach Punch, and I Ice Beam and one hit KO'd him. That's all.